Hi everybody, I am Dr. T. Mrinda Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, St. Joseph College, Kadalur. So in the last three videos, we saw about how to prepare a project documentation. That is, in the part 1 video, we saw about how to design a certificate and how to write an acknowledgement and how to write an abstract. In part 2, we discussed about the introduction and the problem definition. And in part 3, we discussed about software requirement specification. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss about chapter 4 and chapter 5. In chapter 4, we are going to discuss about system analysis. And in chapter 5, we are going to discuss about system design. So same way, you're going to put the heading as chapter 4 and put it as system analysis. And this is your introduction part, that is 4.1, put it as introduction. The same introduction which I have given here, you can give it. This system analysis is used in order to identify or in order to know the purpose of the system or to know the objective of the system, or if we are going to refine how we are going to refine your system, so that you are going to do it in your system analysis. In the system analysis, you are going to see a diagram, that is Unified Modeling Language Diagrams, this UML diagrams. Put the same 4.2 and put the heading as UML diagrams. So in this UML diagrams, we are having different UML diagrams like use case, then sequence diagram, activity diagram, etc. For your easy understanding, just I am going to explain only the use case diagram. So write down, the UML contains different diagrams, the same thing you can repeat it, you can write the same thing. Then put the heading as 4.2.1, it's a use case diagram. What is this use case diagram is? The use case diagram which explains about the system in user point of view. So in this use case diagram, you are going to use three things. One is the use cases, which is being represented in horizontal ellipse, and the other one is the actors, which is being drawn as a stick figures, and the other one is your association, which is being drawn in a solid line. The same thing, whatever I have given here, just type it as it is. Next, you are going to draw the UML diagram for government exam promotion system. So here you have to write down use case diagram for your project name. So the project, this use case diagram I have generally drawn. You can draw it in specific also. So first I will say how to draw this. So already I told that this is your ellipse, this is your use cases, and this one is your actor, and this one is the association between the use case and the actor. It is being represented in solid lines. So what you have to do is, these are the modules I am having in my project. So in your project, so what are the modules you are going to have it? Just list it out, all the modules in this use case. Next, you are going to draw a stick figure, and here you are going to draw, here in my example I am having three stick figures. One is the students, the other one is the expert, the other one is the admin. So if you are going to take student, so what are the modules the students can access is login module. They cannot access admin module. They can access registration, video tutorials, material links. So which are the things they can access? Just I have given a solid line. This is the association between the actor and the use case. So if you are going to take an expert, he can access the login module, and he can go in for a registration, and he can go in for requirement request and Facebook group feedback, and he can view the document. Similarly, if you are going to take admin, admin can handle the admin module, the view document and reports. So like this, in your project, you are going to list out all your modules in your use case, and you are going to draw a stick which is going to represent, I think you will be having 2 or 3 characters, or you can have only 2 characters. So one character you put it here, the other character you place it here. Just you put the relationship. So how to draw this diagram? What you have to do is, go to insert menu. In that you're having insert. In your insert, go to shapes, select shapes. In your shapes, you're having different symbols available. So what are the shapes you want, you can insert it and you can draw it. Or you can have, you're having a software called as Argo UML, ARGO, Argo UML. It is a software which will be developing already built-in use cases are available. Just you're going to drag it and you can place it, and using that also you can draw it. So now I think you will be very clear about how to draw a use case. Next, you're going to go for this fifth chapter, that is system design. You're going to design your system. So in a system design, give your introduction part, that is 5.1 is your introduction part. This system design, in which first I have to give the government exam promotion system is been designed for the Department of Computer Science, that I have given it in order to prepare the government exams. This is the general idea about my project. So about your project, what is the general idea? Just you write down in a single line. Then after that, hence it is given a careful analysis. So after your analysis, after your refinement, it has gone for your design stage. So this you have to repeat the same. You can have from hence to organization, you can have it the same content what I have given here. Next one, in your design stage, we are having two design. One is the application user interface design. The other one is the database design. You know what is by user interface design. In your user interface design, this is the first heading. So put it as 5.2, the user interface design. You are going to see about what is by static pages and what are your dynamic pages. I think you might be aware of it, what is static pages and what is by dynamic pages. So here I have given us government exam promotion system. It's an official application for students to interact with the expert. So the same thing I have given. So what is the reason I have given this, what the reason I have chosen this project I have given here. And the next I have given the static pages. So what is by static pages? The pages which is being standalone or it is not going for any interaction, then it is called as static pages. It is not going to change, then you will be saying it as static pages. So here I given the introduction about static pages. So same, you can repeat it. The same introduction you can give it. So this also can give it. All your HTML pages will be in static. So these are some of the static pages I have given from my project. In my project I am having these static pages. So in your project, what are the static pages? You are going to list it off. Next, this is the sample design I have given for my static page. So here you can also give your static page here. Then next one is your dynamic page. So dynamic page, you know, so each time when you're going to access your web page, there will be some interaction and that there will be a change in your page, that is called as dynamic page. So which are the things you're going to change it? That is your dynamic web page. If you have any interaction with the user, you're going to have your login form, you're going to have some interaction, you're going to have a feedback form, you're going to have some interaction. So whichever the things you're going to have an interaction, that is called as dynamic page. Now we can give a sample dynamic page. You must not enter any information in this page. Just we're giving a sample page, that's all. Okay, you without entering any information, just you take a screenshot. So you know how to take a screenshot. Go, you select, you run your project, give print screen and just paste it here. Give Ctrl V, it will be pasted. So you can give your dynamic page. So these are some of the dynamic pages which have been listed in my project. So what are the dynamic pages in your project? Just you can list it off. Next one is your database design. So database design. So if you're going to have your backend, you'll be having a database design. So here my database name is compex.sql because I have done it in SQL. I have given the database name, the extension as SQL. So what are the database you're going to use it? You can give the extension according to that. these are the following tables I have created. So how I have to write is 5.3.1.1. Under that, the table name, you have to give it as table name, colon, what table name you have given it, that table name here you have to give it. The next thing, I have to draw the table. So how to draw this table? You have to go to again insert, select table. So if you're going to take select table, you can specify the number of rows and columns. So how many rows and how many columns you want, you can specify it. It will be inserted. So after inserting the table, you have to give the first field is your field name. The next one is the data type, size and description. So field name here I given as register number. It is of data type varchar. The size is 15. And the register number, the description is student register number. Similarly, you have to give it for all the fields. This is for first table. The second table, the same way I have created, and I have given the field name, the data type, the size and description. Here the feedback table, and this is your login table. I think all will be having a login table. So you will be giving your username, that is uname you might have used in your database, and your description you are given as username, password and security word, and here for report generation. So these are the tables. So I think now you will be clear about software, that is your system analysis and system design. Your system analysis is your chapter 4 and system design is your chapter 5. So in your system analysis, you are going to draw only one diagram, that is your use case diagram. But we are having different diagram, sequence diagram, activity diagram. So if you are interested, you can draw sequence diagram and activity diagram. But for your easy purpose, I have given only use case diagram. When you are going to go for your system design, in your system design, we are having user interface design and database design. Under your user interface design, we are having static pages and dynamic pages. So what are the static pages you are going to have it in your project, you are going to list it off, and what are the dynamic pages you are going to have, that you are going to list it. Last one is your database design. I told how to design your database. You have to give your field name, your data type and size and description. Thank you.